Part two of my story now. Part two of my story. What you just heard, that was part one. Now, let's get further story. I'm not done yet with the story, okay? Now, long story. I always thought my parents had a love relationship, okay? A good relationship. But I found out years later that their relationship was not lovey-dovey. It was a love and hate relationship, okay? This what happened. This started a long time ago. Started when I was born, okay? Long story, okay? Long story. And you know where I'm coming from. Long story. Long story. So this is the story I learned about my parents' relationship. That my mom was always mad all the time. It was because she didn't have a good relationship with somebody, with her mother, her stepmom. What do you call it? One day, one day they told me something about my mom. I never knew this. That when I was a baby, she broke a glass table. Okay, long story. You know how glass break easily. You know how if you touch glass, you get cut. So what they had to do, they had to move me to another seat. They had to move to the couch or something because there was a lot of glass on there. And then the other day, she stole out my dad's clothes. You know how to do that. I never do that either. And then the other day, I think it was my dad's birthday. I don't know what happened. They said she did something crazy. Did something during my dad's birthday cake or something. I don't know. Long story. And then this other stories I have never heard about my mom. Those stories. But the only thing I know about my mom and dad was that they was good parents mostly, most of the time. It's so it's like it's like crazy. It's like a crazy story. Know a little bit more about my family, lot of stories, but I never knew, okay, that my parents' relationship was kind of like that. Never knew. So I always knew the loving part of the relationship. Never knew the hate part of the relationship. Never knew. So no, then other stories went on. They wasn't supposed to be together. That's another. They was never supposed to be together because what kind of person she was. She was a very violent person. I could be wrong. Very violent person. I love her, but she was a very violent person. She did a lot of crazy stuff, along the way. But they had me. But I'm glad to be here telling you my story on YouTube. And so, like, the story goes on. So this is part two. I'm just gonna tell you guys, the story ain't over yet. Till I reach the end part of my dad's death. That's the end of the story. But the story still goes on. So, like, long story. I went on for that story. I went on with that in my mind, but never went far with it. But when I was younger, okay, now this I didn't tell you. This happens when I was 8. When I was 8, uh, I was well, I don't know where I was. I was in the kitchen. All of a sudden, I saw stuff get thrown at my dad. I saw him being violent, destroying stuff, breaking stuff. That made me kind of sad a bit to see my parents fight. And like I never want to marry somebody like my mom because that's a nightmare. Because what she did was so brutal that to my mind, I still think that I still think of that was just devastating to just see stuff get thrown around, stuff get broken, see my parents have it out, get out of control, crazy with it. But I never ever want to marry somebody like my mom. Never, never going to be like that. I don't want to marry nobody like my mom. If I do, I divorce the girl and say it's over. No, I don't want to be with you. It's over. You abused me really badly. Stay away from you. But long other story. Now let's go to the now let me pass that story. Let's go to the other story. Now let's go to the story about what kind of person I was when I was younger. Okay. So now you heard about the Q-tip story that the Q-tips got stuck in my ears. Sorry to tell you, but it really did happen. The Q-tips got shoved right into my ears. They had to take it out. They had to hold me down so they could take out the Q-tip. Okay. Now when I was younger, long story. People still think I'm the same person. I'm not really. When I was younger, I had I was when I was younger, I was very hyper. Okay? I couldn't sit down. Okay? I talked it a lot when I was younger. I still do today, still do. But I was very some type of way. I was so very hyper, but I didn't know what it was. So I learned this, and someone told me this. Okay, my aunt told me it was ADHD. I never knew it. That's the part that makes me mad. Heart, I can't even think of how mad I am at my father. I'm going to take a shower, okay? Okay, how I'm very mad at my father and mother because they didn't tell me this a long time ago that I was born with an ADHD problem where constantly you be hyper, you worry about stuff, you do stuff, but that that was me when I was younger, and the crazy part is, when I was younger, I watched all this chaos happen while I'm trying to have a good childhood. While my parents acting crazy, it's crazy. And it's like, is this supposed to be a happy family or is this supposed to be a crazy family? I mean, and and I couldn't get out. I was stuck in a box for a long time. So no, I never had friends. When I was 11, okay, I didn't have friends because my parents were overprotective. Okay, father was abusive as ever. No, my mom was goddamn hateful, violent. You call her any name you want to call her, but it was this like I could never stop have that image that my fam- my family is terrible. My family is a violent family because what I saw when I was 8 years old, my dad, he ripped my mom's shirt, okay, and he he got abusive with her, all rough with her. She got abusive with him, and stuff got broken, stuff got thrown in, and stuff that I couldn't. I That's the only version I had in my head that my family was a hateful family and a violent family because the way my father was towards my mom and the way she was towards him. So like one day a little incident happened when we had to tell the police the whole story. Told police what happened. My dad went out with alert. Well, mostly it was a disagreement over a water bill. Water bill. Okay, my mother wasn't going to pay. She said, "I'm not going to pay this bill. I'm not going to pay this bill. I'm not going to pay this bill. I'm not going to pay this bill." Okay, my dad had a whole twist her arm to calm her down, and she act all crazy, all belligerent, got crazy it destroyed stuff. And that's when it came to that other part of her when she one day came home and we asked, "Why was you home, mom? Why are you home?" Okay, she said she lost her job, got fired. Okay, long story. And then she started acting crazy. She started talking to herself, talking to the wall, started beat up stuff. Okay, on Christmas Day, our Christmas tree got messed up because on suddenly she decided she was gonna beat up the Christmas tree. Told her dad to shut up, stop talking about that, shut up, okay, stop talking about that. And then she started beating up the Christmas tree. She started shaving her hair off. She started she started looking bald, shaved her hair off. She had no hair on her head. She was bald. She started wearing a wig, cap on her head, and it was this crazy because she had no hair on her head. Okay, and how you think that's beautiful? That's not beautiful. Okay, and then no, after that, it was just another crazy story. No, another crazy roller coaster. Then came around my dad's death. That mostly hurt me really bad. My dad's death. Never will forget that man. That man was a great man, but his death, that really destroyed. That really tear our family apart. Well, it was. Well, I got a call about one day. Okay, got I got put out of the house because I pulled a knife out on my brother. Okay, and okay, and I'm talking to my grandma. I talked to my aunt from Michigan. I haven't met her, and I'm telling her how he was a great man and how she told me my father died. How she told me my father died from pneumonia. I never knew my father died until I got to do this. I always thought he was coming back. Okay, never knew he died. So when they told me my father died, I was like, wow, really? I was like, really? Wow, my father's dead. And like that, that hurt my sister too, because when I told her our dad was dead and I showed her the picture that they got, my sister, she started crying. It was emotional, very emotional time for her. She started crying because she loved that man. That man was her father. That man was everything to her. That man protected her. That man was her protector. And you see that was this. It was devastating to her to lose a father. Mostly devastating to all of us. My brother didn't cry either. Joshua didn't cry either. I didn't cry either. But it was so hurtful. And so we had to go on, continue on with our lives while living with our aunts. I picked to live with Aunt Mina, my sister, and my other brother picked to live with Aunt Zelda, okay, and Uncle Tama, okay. So, we lived with Aunt Mina for a while. Then she just drew her hands up, saying, "I give up because my brother's gastro problem, his stomach problem, okay, that he has. He keeps pooping all the time. So, like no, after that, she passed out a guardianship to this woman I never knew. Uh, this woman, her name was Akiki, but her real name was Lula. But her we call her Akiki. That was her family nickname. When she became guardian, she took guardianship over us. Okay, she was fine with it, happy about it. Okay, so then we went to house. We got put out by Hamida's house. We had to go to my Zella's house. Then we had to go over live with this great man who called Big Brother, my dad's big brother, um, Uncle Edward and his wife Aunt Sharon. So we had to live with them for a while. Okay, I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed living with them. Then after that, I had made this decision, tough decision. I never had to leave my home state, but it was something that was very serious. I said, let's go to Michigan. So we went to court and I said everything I had to say, just prove it. And then we went to Michigan. Then after that, we came back. Um, we came back 1 year after we came back to California to visit. Then she got legal custody over us, and ever since then, we've been with her since 3 years later. We've been with her for 3 years. My parents, I've been with them for years, but that memory cannot come back. That the family we have cannot come back because it been broken. So it'll be years before we even see Eddie or our cheddars. It will be years because what happened what happened to us was something that nobody can think about. My father beat me, my mother beat me. It's something that nobody can imagine. It was a lot of abuse, okay, and it should have stopped. But I should have said something, but I could not because my parents they put it to my neck and put it to my head that if I told anybody, my ass would be beat. Okay, so though mostly I just had to live with a terrible life, and then to the end, my dad died. That horrible life, horrible family story just left me, left brother, left all of us. But now we're all blessed now today, living as humans. We don't have to live where our parents beat us, tell us keep it to yourself, tell us shut up, or don't tell everybody what happened in the house and stuff like that. Because now we're living free life now that we can now express ourselves. I can express myself especially. Before I could express myself, I'm scared. I always had to keep myself in my room. Always scared, afraid my dad and mom might beat me, might do something to me, might this do something crazy. You know? Another thing I just said, my father was killed by my brother. Okay, so you guys know that either. Yeah. So that's the whole story. That's the end of the story. It is where he died. So the story still continue on today, but it is now.